Alright, so now I've gone ahead and moved to joint A. I've made a little diagram here of what joint A will look like. Okay, this is the reaction force, RAY. Okay, and we know it's going in a positive y direction. So since it's going in a positive y direction, FAE is the only other member that would have a y component in it. So it's got to counterbalance that. So we know it's going to go in a negative y. When we make it go in a negative y direction, we also imply for this particular one that that also is a negative x direction. Okay, so when we do that, then FAB, now look, I've drawn it going this way, but that's not the way it's going to be. It's going to be back the opposite of that, because this is the x component, okay, going this way to the left, so it means that the other piece has to be going, FAB has to be going to the right, alright? And that should really be just completely level. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is really find angle A. So angle A is going to be equal to the arctan of the opposite over the adjacent. If you'll look back at the text, you'll see that the opposite for that, for this angle A, is going to be 3 meters divided by the adjacent 2 meters. Okay, and so we're going to get angle A is equal to 56.3 degrees. Alright, so now we can do sum of forces y, because I know this y force, and I don't know this, but that'll be one equation, one unknown. Alright, so the sum of the forces in the y direction is equal to 0, is equal to 66.75 minus FAE times the sine of 56.3 degrees. Alright, so when I solve that, I get FAE is equal to, let's see, what is that equal to? It's going to be equal to 80.2 kilonewtons, okay? And it came out positive, so that means that it is going in the direction I drew it. Now when I draw it with the arrowhead going towards the joint, that means that it was in compression. Alright, now I do sum of forces x to find FAB, and I have FAB minus 80.2 times the cosine of 56.3. Alright, so when I solve that, I get FAB is equal to 44.5 kilonewtons. Okay, and I drew it with the arrow pointing away from the joint. Okay, and so when I do that, it means that remember it's in tension. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so that is joint A.